Hello student, yesterday I explained the concept of rationalization. Rationalization of the numerator and rationalization of the denominators both can be done for the simplifications of the numerator and denominator. You may see the example yesterday we have solved on 45 number the question 1 by 7 plus 3 root 2. There we have done the rationalization for the 7 denominator, that is 7 plus 3 root 2, and the number we have multiply, you may see to the right one else. Okay, 7 minus 3 root 2 divided by 7 minus 3 root 2. This is a number or the value that can be used to rationalize the denominator. Is that clear? Not only the denominator is to be rationalized here, but we also can rationalize the numerator. Numerator can also be rationalized in the same way. Is that clear? By changing its sign also you may see this. Is that clear? This term which is to being multiplied here, this is called rationalizing factor. You may see on the rationalizing factor how the questionnaires comes here on the rationalizing factor. Is that clear? Rationalizing factors. What do you understand by the term rationalizing factor? Clear? The rationalizing factors are here. I am telling this. Yeah, you may see the question that I gave yesterday, class assignment 4 is there also. Visualize, the home assignment 4, class assignment 5 I made solve yesterday, and I gave as an assignment the 44 number question. Okay, and 45 and 46. This we have solved yesterday in the class. So classify the following as rational, irrational. This I think you all already has in this question. Now the class assignment 5, you just have to multiply them together for the multiplications purposes. Okay, and the next topic that we have discussed was the rationalizing the term concept, right? And I gave the question 1 by root 7, 1 by root 7 minus root 7. These questions I think you have done this all question. For question number 49, I said you to tell you this today. Under root 9.3 on the number line, this is to be represented. The questionnaire is slightly different, odd one out else question is there. Is that clear? So for this I will just perform an activity to understand the representation of a decimal form root number, irrational number, that's called 9.3 under root. Is that clear? How to represent this on the number line. So further this I just recall a concept in your NCERT textbook. This is given here. I am just preparing the NCERT textbook again and again because this will help you. This is a tool or the source which you are already having, and you can access the information from the NCERT textbook also. Right now, like this here, the representation of the any number on the number. This is the successive magnification, but the method which I am telling you this, like that. Where is that? Yeah, this you may see representation of any rational number on the number line, right? You may see this activity here. What's going on here? It's root. That this is the activity here. We now show how to find out under root x's. Under root x means x could be anything else. It can be 4.3, 3.4, 5.2, 6.1, okay, 7.9, 8.9, 9.3, 13. Any number is to be can be represented by number line. Is that clear? Can be represented on the number line by this method, and this method is also useful for representing root 2, root 3 and root 5 also. The method which you have employed to represent the irrational number on the number line was there. You may see, let this is, suppose we want to represent root 2. So Pythagorean triplet method we employed here. We want to represent root 3. We want to represent root 5. Similarly, root 13 is also there. Okay. Here our task is to break them into the two perpendicular and base term. Is that clear? This side is unitary, this side is unitary, 1 1. So it shall be root 2. So the distance and the length equal to hypotenuse taken as the value root 2 is there, and further root 3 is also there. this can be written as a root 2 whole square and plus the other is there. Clear? It means the two sides together can be taken as the base and the perpendicular. Is that clear? So there is before you. But what about the number which I am giving you 4.3? How will you represent this on number line? And also I have the number 9.3 and it's a 5.9. Any number is to be represented, 3.5. Clear? How will you represent these number on the number line? However, these are 2, 3, 5, 13. These are the rational numbers and real numbers also. 4.3 is also there. So we can understand here. Actually, I am just telling you the common method, that is called representation of real number on number line. Okay, real number representation will remember you this, guys. Okay, real number representation means this is not a representation of a decimal form, this is not representation of any number you can represent on the number line. Is that clear? By this method. Why this is common method? I am just telling you this. So suppose that you have to suppose let root x is to be represented, x under root x to be represented here, right? Clear? So we are just performing an activity here. Understand? Look this. First of all, what you will do, you will draw a line. I think this you will draw a line. It is draw line x and take the unitary OA. You just take and draw a line. I'm telling this. Wait a minute, please. Draw a line that we have, and take on that line OA is equal to x. This is x we have taken. Is that clear? Right now, and extend this A to B such that what is that here? Such that AB is equal to unit. AB is equal to unit means this should be 1. Unit is to be defined according to your own scale. Is that clear? Your scale is of 1 centimeter length, but I will suggest you to make the unitary big unit. If it is comfortable to take 1 centimeter as unit, then it's well, but I will suggest you to take the unitary bigger unit. That will help you to set your apparatus and rounder pass box in that. Is that clear? So what is we are doing this one by one. Okay, here we will write down the steps of construction. Here will write. So you will write take OA is equal to x unit. Okay, extend it to B such that AB is equal to 1. That is unit here. It's a step 1. Okay, and this is step 2 can be, it's one step is there, AB such that AB. So it becomes now x plus 1. X plus 1 what becomes here? X plus 1 become OB. Is that clear? Now what shall we do here? This now whole length become OB becomes here. Now what is to be done here? The next step. So we'll just divide OB into equal part. Draw perpendicular bisector maybe. So this is to be done. This is however is not possible to show on the screen. As a center at O, a center at O, you will put tip of the rounder yours. Okay, and you will construct here a semicircle. Construct here a semicircle. You know the semicircle. Semicircle you will construct here is. Yes. Is that clear? I am just telling. Wait a minute, please. You will draw perpendicular bisector first, right? Perpendicular bisector. A center A will cut an arc. A center B will cut an arc. Is that clear? These arcs are intersecting each other at some point. The name of this point you can give P here. The intersecting point from this. What is the middle here? Similarly, you will draw here you will construct here and rounder. First you will put the center round tip of the rounder at center B and letter at O, and you will cut an arc. Is that clear? And join these two lines here. Join these two lines. Sorry, slightly bad, the line is coming bent slightly. Okay, so we just obtained here a middle point of that middle point we have obtained here. This is middle point. Is that clear? So what you will do at this middle point, as center this middle point, as center this middle point here. Look, this the center is coming, suppose P, it's the center is coming C, suppose. Right now, as center C, we will construct an arc, semicircle. Slightly narrow it is. My rounder is not just writing on the screen, but you will do this with the help of your rounder and compass. Okay, so this is intersecting at some point. I think here you may just know here this the distance from this C point, from here, this distance here, this distance, these all distances are equal. Do you know why these distances are equal? These distances are equal because this is the radius, and if you construct a circle, and so a distance of each point on the circle from the center is becomes radius here, and this distance is always equal. Is that clear? So okay guys, so this point where this is being intersecting, this is called this is radius, this is equal to radius. Is that clear? So and further what you will do here, and after that at the center A, and this is called center A right now, and where you just OC is equal to, you just took here this OA is equal to, and OC is furthermore also there, and later what you will do, you will draw a perpendicular. So this distance is called, what is distance, please tell me? OP. This is what the distance, this distance is called radius equal to, right? So from O to A, this is x, and from here to here 1, so this total distance is OB, and O to C is half of that here. So how can find out OC, please tell me? So OC will equal to x plus 1 divided by 2. This is half of the distance here right now, and this is becoming perpendicular, right? And O to C and C to B is x plus 1 divided by 2. The each distance is there. Is that clear, guys? Now what next is to be done here, this, and after that we will just select the point P here. You just may know this here. We will select the point P, point B. On B we will draw a perpendicular. You just can understand here, if you are not getting the information clearly, you may see, let this is 3.5 is there, AO we have, AB we have taken equal to 3.5, and B to C we extend up to that here right now. And what you will do here is, at the B point, the B point is where the P point is, B point is P point is this, and C point is there also. So dB is actually saying that what is that dB here? The dB is the point 3.5 under root 3.5, and how this is under 3. I will explain you this. Okay, look. So this in NCERT textbook, this C to P information has not been given here, right? So you will draw here a perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular on at A, you will draw here perpendicular. So right now, slightly this A, where is the A here? The A will add here. Okay, on A you will draw perpendicular. The method of drawing perpendicular, you will construct a small arc and cut here, these two small arcs are here, and proceed it further. Let this is, so this is intersecting that arc at some point, name the point, it is Q, and just you join this further. Let take this. Yes, we have joined here. So we being formed here a triangle. You may see the name of the triangle is What is the name of triangle? CAQ. CAQ here triangle. The third step you will follow here, that what the third step is? Draw AQ perpendicular, okay, AQ perpendicular, or also perpendicular. Draw a perpendicular at what here? A point. Draw perpendicular at A point that intersect the semicircle at what point? Q point. Is that clear? We have drawn this Q point. So Q point is there and join A to Q. So therefore AQ is, how much is AQ here? Please tell me. We'll just define AQ. AQ is to be found out. How much is AQ coming here? And here later AQ, I don't know what is that. Further, join step 4, join C to Q. So now we have to predict here what is the C to Q. Since CQ is equal to what is CQ? I think it's the distance of the Q point on the circumference from the center. This is x plus 1 divided by 2. Exactly. This is the value of that here. And we just to find out what is the C to A. What is C to A? I think C to A. Okay. C. From O to C, C to A we have to find out. O to A, how much O to A? What is O to A? So since O to A is the x you just have taken right now, and what is the value of here? OC, obviously OC is this. We have to find out CA. OC, what is OC? OC is x plus 1 by 2, and we have to find out AC. How much is AC 2? So AC easily can be found out here. So AC, it means OA. OA minus OC. What is OA? OA is x minus x plus 1 by 2. Clear? Carry on the next please. So it shall be twice x minus x and here minus 1. When the fraction value is linked with that, further is to be done there. Clear? Next, what will come? 2 times x minus 1 times x. 1 time x left here. So 1 time x minus 1 divided by 2. Yeah, this value x minus 1 by 2 is coming here. So A to C is 1 by x minus 1 by 2, right? Now you have a triangle here. We have a triangle. For the triangle CAQ triangle, now we are having CAQ triangle. This type CAQ triangle. Yeah, this is C, okay. It's A or it's a Q. We found here CA is what? X minus 1 by 2, and this we found here, I don't know what is that, but here x plus 1 by 2 this is. You may see previous. La. C to Q, it's a radius of the semicircle, and C to A, we just found here x minus 1 by. Now A to Q we are to find out here. So what type of triangle is being formed here? Right triangle. This value is to be found out here. It's a perpendicular. So perpendicular square is equal to what is that? Hypotenuse square minus base square. This is the Pythagorean concept here. Okay. So it shall be, and letter to be done there. Hypotenuse square means x plus 1 by 2 square minus x minus 1 by 2 square. Okay, on this next. So what type of pattern you are observing here? You see this, the pattern, it's a square minus b square is equal to. So what can be written as a plus b, and it's a minus b. Now proceed it ahead. So a means x plus 1 by 2 and plus x minus 1 by 2. Okay, it is plus, and minus x plus 1 by 2 minus x minus 1 by 2. This is minus, and further the denominator is same, it is 2 x plus 1 plus x minus 1, and here x plus 1 minus 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 plus here, clear? And further 1 1 cancels, it shall be 2x by 2, and 1 is cancels here, or 2 by 2. So, it cancels 1, or it is also what is coming, x is coming here, it is a p square is x coming here. So, what is the value of p? So, p is equal to under root x, clear? So, what does this mean? It means this quantity is coming under root x, clear? So, if we what we have taken x here, so if you will take x is equal to 3.5, x is what? O to a. If you will take O to a x, so a to q will come here under root x. If you will take O to a 3.5 with the help of your scale, so a to q will come here under root 3.5. Is that clear? And if you will take 9.3, O to a 9.3, then this will a to q will come here under root 9.3. So, it is very simple it is. It means that if you will take the value x, if you will take the value x as a 2, so that value will come here under root 2. If you will take the value 3, it will come here under root 3. This is an interesting method, a common method that can be used to represent any irrational number like 3.5, 5.3, 3.9, 7.2, 9.3, even root 2, root 3, root 7, root 5, root 13, any number can be represented by using this method. Is that clear, guys? Understood you? So, I hope you can solve just now this question here. And what the question is here written in your textbook, there is only 1 or 2 represented here, this you may say. Where is that? Yeah, question number 4, represent under root 9.3 on the number line. So, first you will take, if you can't understand here, then you will check, see the method again. You will construct 9.3 first with the scale and exceed it to the 1 unit more, it become 10.3 and divide it, and furthermore the information is before you right now. So, these all questions yesterday I gave you. Now, I am telling some more questions regarding the rationalizations of, because they are not sufficient it is. Okay. So, these questions I told you to solve this NCERT text question, these are yours, right. Class assignment 6 you may see. These are called the law of indices. So, what do you understand by the law of indices? You may see the beginning of the chapter, all the laws that has to be used here written it is law of indices. You may see, where are the law of indices? Yeah, yes. If p and q are rational numbers and a is positive real number, then a to the power q and a to the power p. What is that? It means these are called the law of indices. Law of indices. Okay. Indices or power. If first is there, if a has the power p and a also has the power q, it means the base is same here and they are getting multiplied here. If the two exponential form having the base same. So, before that I want to tell you, suppose any expression is written in this manner. So, this a is said to be base, it is called base, and p is called its a power, and this whole expression is said to be exponent, this is called exponent. So, a to the power p into a to the power q is written there. So, it means if the two exponents are having the same base, but the different power, then this can be written as, and this you can perform an activity here just like 2 to the power 3 and 2 to the power 2, right. So, this can be written 2 to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. Is that clear? Into this can be written as a 2 into 2, right. Now, how many altogether is there? Tell me. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times is occurring here. So, 2 to the power 5, and how the 5 is associated? So, 5 is associated as a result of what we will speak here, as a result of 2, 3 plus 2. You may see just. It means that if the base is same, then power r gets added. Clear, guys? This is called the first law of indices. If the two exponents having the same base and different power, then their power gets added, taking the base same. The second law of indices also can be taken this as a to the power p and divided by a to the power q, like this is. Then what will be this? You can perform again the activity 2 to the power 3 into divided by 2 to the power 2. So, it is a simple method 2 into 2 divided by 2 into 2. What will next here? So, once 2 cancels, this also cancels, only 2 to the power 1 is left here. And how 1 is associated with this? You may understand, the 1 is coming as a result of this 3 minus 2. So, you can understand 3 is what here p. So, a to the power p minus q is occurring here. It means that if the two indices or exponent are having the same base and power are different, then and they are just getting divided, the one is being divided by the others, then how can we obtain? Yes, their power are to be taken as the difference manner. You may see this here. Okay. Now, third law of indices, a to the power p and to the power q. You may see this means powers of power we can speak. So, this also can be done a to the power p q. How? Look, this is 2 to the power 3 and is 2 also there. So, first you will solve this. 2 to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, like this is. So, it will be taken as this what? 2 to the power 3 times is occurring here right now. So, it is a 2 2s are 4 2s are 8 is there. Okay. And furthermore, it will be taken as 64, and again 64 is to be factorized at 2, and it is a 32 is again 2, and so what coming it is 16 is again 2, or 16 will give you it is 8 again 2 means 6 time will come here this 2 4 and 2 and 2 clear 1 2 3 4 5 6 time 2 is coming 6 time 2 coming here. Okay. And how this 6 is occurring? So, 6 is occurring 3 into 2 as a result. Clear? So, we will write here 2 into 3 into 2, 2 to the power 3 into 2. So, it means that if the exponent having the power p, again the power p, power over power is written here this, then the both power gets multiplied together to give the combined exponent of the same base. Clear? So, these are the basic law of indices you would have studied in the 7th 8th class also, but sometime in some boards this is not included in the course. Another law of exponent is also given in that here. So, nan axis here, that is law of exponent. Okay. A to the power the 3 as a divisions, this is as product second, where the first is there, the first is I think here, like this is the same base, power are different, power gets added, and multiplication, divisions, and fourth law of indices also we can make here this. It is like 4 means a to the power p, okay, and b to the power p. It means base are different, but the power are same. So, this can be written as a into b to the power p. It means that if the two terms, two base exponent having the base different but the power same, then their base together can be composited, and with the power single time the power is to be taken here. Okay. Now, the question based on this, how can we solve? See in your NCERT text, okay, what type of questions are here now? Law of exponent, and don't you think that many questions we will solve further. Okay. Class assignment 6, simplify the following. Yeah, look here this 51, simplify the following 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 and 2 raised to the power 1 by 3. Obviously, the base is same, so power will be added. A very silly type of question, kind of questions you may see here this, and you will say, sir, very easy standard apply this. No, some more extra questions will also be given that actually comes in exam, that in examination. 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. Simple it is. Class assignment. 5 or 4? What is that? Class I mean 6 it is. 2 by 3, 1 by 3. 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 and 2 raised to the power 1 by 3. That's first question. So since power is same here, this, so if the power is same means a to the power p and a to the power q. So what the law of exponent will imply here? The law of exponent will imply here a to the power p plus q will be there. Okay, like this is. So simple it is. Here the next step, 2 to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Now add them please. 2 to the power 3 is common there, 2 plus 1. Furthermore, 2 to the power 3 by 3. And here is to be solved for the what next? 2 to the power 1. That is 2. Its answer. So how I think you all have looked here the concept of the law of exponent how to be used here. Similarly, another question is also there. 3 raised to the power 1 by 5 to the power 4 by 5 means the power is to be taken as composition, means powers of power we can speak. 3 to the power 1 by 5 whole to the power 4, 1 by power 1 by 5 whole to the power 4. This is, and how is to be done this? Again 3 to the power 1 by 5 and 4. Why? Because the ready-made result you will imply e to the power p and to the power q, and further a to the power p into q. Clear? So what next to be done this? 3 to the power 4 by 5 is answer. Actually here you have to directly imply the law of indices for the remembering. Third question also, the powers are same, power are different but the base is same, division process there. So third law of indices you will use here, and you may see in the third also. What is it saying? 13 to the power, what is written here? 13 to the power 1 by 5 and there what? And 17 to the power 1 by 5. Power are same but the base are different. So base can be taken together. 52 is also there. Question number 52, 64 to the power 1 by 2. Find means what? Simply you have to solve this. Okay. So I am telling 64 to the power 1 by 2. Simplify actually. Sometimes this question come as a simplification. Okay. 64 whole to the power 2. What is the meaning of simplifications? So before simplification, I just want to tell you is that this is called fractional power. Sometimes this is like x under root is written here. So this could be written as 1 by 2. Means this is called surd. This is called surd. It's called surds. So the surds, or here the value is not written here, but sometimes surds is written as x, or here the power is written. It's called law indice, fractional indice. It is. This could be written as 1 by n. This whole expression is called surds, and this is called indices, and this is called radical, radicand. Radical sign, or this is called a radicand. It's called the radicand. You may see in the standard well, it's illustrated here. I think you may see for well understanding yours. Yeah. Yes. Index is called order n, and the whole expression is called radical, and this is called radicand, and radical sign. This radical sign is called surds. So surds also have its own law here. You may observe here what is the exactly the what value is there. This is called surd expression. Indices, n is index or indices, and the whole expression radical or surd. A is radicand, and radical sign is there. Okay. So how can we solve this? So I already told you the while solving the questions in previous section, What question, please tell me? That I'm telling this under root just like that 2. If the 2 means the terms is having the power equal to its indices. Here nothing is written, it means 2. If rather than 2 the other numbers wants to come here, then we will just write here 3, 4, 5 something else, means accepting 2. The other numbers are generally written like that. X, here nothing written, it means x to the power 1 by 2 indices. If x here 3, so it shall be x to the power 1 by 3. Again x 4, so it shall be 1 by 4. Is that clear? So its indices, the base of indices is 4. Its index is 4. Index is 4 and the fractional power is 1 by 4. So index is 2, index is 3, index is 4. If index is 2, so nothing is written here, simply written in the surds or radical form, right? So we are to just solve this 64 x to the power 1 by 2. So you may say 1 by 2, so 2 is its index, its 2 index is there, okay? So its index is what? Its index is 2. So we have to factorize it first, okay? We also can see this like that in S, this is that here, right? So 64 is to be factorized, it 2 to the power, again 32 coming here, this again 16 is coming here again, right? What is that? 8 again, 4 again. So everybody know here that 6 times 2 will occur here, okay? But before solving that, I just want to tell you, you have to make the pairing of 2 of each factors, because its indices is 2, okay? So 2 together you will take here, 2 together you will take here again 2. So how this can be written as? It can be written 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2. This is the method of solving question. This is one method of, the other method can also, this is for that, and it's for what? 64 whole to the power 1 by 2. Clear? Now this can be written as 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2 and 2 to the power 2. Why 2 are we taking? Because the indice is 2, so we just have to take the power as a 2. So x to the power 2 and 1 by 2. What shall it be? It will be x to the power 1. Clear? So here same 2 to the power 2, base same is there. So what we can take here, this 2 into 2 into 2 together 2, and outside is there what coming here? 1 by 2. So power is to be multiplied is 2 into 1 by 2, this whole. Further is what? To 8 and 2 cancels, 8 to the power 1, that is 8. Okay. So this is the using of the law of indices. How can we use the law of indices? Okay. Some more questions are here. This, yeah, you may say 32 is also there. So you just have to make the pairing of what is the index. You may see 32. Its indices is what? 2. Indices, I am speaking the plural form of that. Okay. Index, for one the index. I am just talking about all the class. Okay. So index is 2, its index is 2, 32. So we will make the pairing of 2, and 125, its index is 3. So we will make the pairing of grouping of 3, 3. Is that clear? Similarly, 53 is to be done here. This I am telling the first question of 53. Most difficult is third. This third question I am telling you. 53 third. 16 to the power 3 by 4. 16 to the power 3 by 4. 16 to the power 3 by 4. So same 16 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, and it's 3 by 4. So its main task is to make the grouping of so many factors together as its index. What is its index? 4. So we will make the group of 4, 4. So these all will together as the single 2 into the power 4 and is 3 by 4. Is that clear? Further, 2 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 4. Now 4 cancel, 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3 means 8. You just can answer. This is a simple method of solving the questions. Very basic types of questions are these. Is that clear, guys? Everybody understood here this? Well, so I hope you can solve the further question also. Your assignment of the day is home assignment 6. Simplify this right now, and along with this, your chapter number first according to your NCERT textbook now finished. However, we solve 3 to 4 days more some extra question, because some extra question comes in examination. Is that clear, guys? Please will appreciate. If you can't understand the topic of the today, so please write me on WhatsApp. I will tell this concept tomorrow again. Is that clear, guys? Well, understood now. Can you solve this? And I will also tell you the some question which are based on